Be cordially welcome to a new documentary. If it is the first time, I introduce myself. I am the engineer Hiddekel Morrison, and I appreciate you decide to see this educational content, where we will learn about the particular way of life that renowned scientists understand is on Mars, with an interesting approach based on the most rigorous scientific and technological resources that will help us see the manifestations of life on the always intriguing red planet from a different perspective. Let's travel together, this new educational adventure always based on science and technology, from the perspective of an engineer. Let's start. Since ancient times there has been a belief that there is life on Mars. The first civilizations imagined life as deities or gods that inhabited the striking red planet. Then it was believed that they could be beings with human characteristics that were called Martians. Until, thanks to the advancement of electronics and aerospace technology, it was possible to send robotic missions with cameras that were able to verify that on the Martian surface there are no traces of life as we know it, and that the characteristics of the planet Mars make the existence of life as impossible. Human on its surface. But what even advanced robotic missions have not been able to discover is what is below the surface, in the subsoil, and that is where renowned scientists understand that there is life on Mars, as we will see below. But first, I ask you to support us by liking this video, sharing this video with your contacts, and subscribing to this channel, turning on notifications, so with your support, we can continue to frequently generate interesting documentaries on aerospace technology and the universe. Thank you for contributing to the creation of educational content. If there is life under the surface of the Earth, why shouldn't there be life on Mars? Ricardo Amils, renowned Spanish microbiologist scientist. The forceful approach to the existence of life on Mars comes from a renowned Spanish scientist specializing in microbiology, as outlined in this prestigious Spanish medium, where it is indicated, there is life on Mars, but you have to drill to find it. Referring to the explanations of the scientist Ricardo Amils, who considers that it is not enough to explore the surface of the red planet and that it is necessary to exceed 2 meters below the ground to locate possible microorganisms. Statements that the microbiologist has reiterated in multiple interviews, such as in this one on Spanish television where he answered the question of whether there is life on Mars. An approach where this renowned scientist is not alone. Many others also consider that there is life in the subsoil or evidence of some presence of past life. The United States Space Agency itself, NASA, has that interpretation, and that is why its latest robotic mission, the Perseverance Rover, has advanced drilling technology to search for evidence of life in the Martian rock fragments it is collecting. This life expectancy in the Martian subsoil is due to the fact that millions of years ago, Mars had abundant liquid water, a basic element for the development of microbial life. But so far no mission has drilled the subsoil of the red planet in its search. The rovers that have traveled there have limited themselves to exploring the surface. One of them, Curiosity, has even collected ground samples to study habitability conditions, but the problem is that we have to go further. Since scientists consider that a possible record of life in the subsoil would be found more than 2 meters deep. Due to his experience studying regions on the planet Earth that are very similar to some of the conditions on the planet Mars, the microbiologist Ricardo Amils considers that you just have to go down deep enough to find liquid water. The deeper we go, the more likely we are to find fossils or metabolically living microorganisms, says Amils, one of the most renowned microbiologists in Spain. Multiple scientific studies have raised this new possibility of subterranean life on Mars, explaining that the mix would be fed by ingredients that arise when radioactive elements from the subsoil disintegrate water molecules. The process, known as radiolysis, is well known on Earth, where it has sustained thriving colonies of bacteria for many millions of years inside pores in the rock or in isolated, moist crevices far below the surface. That is why the mission of the Perseverance rover has great value, which wants to be the first to take rock samples and be able to bring those samples to planet Earth in another sample return mission. Achieving that will be the prelude to a future more advanced mission that can drill deeper where we could find water or even some type of microbial life or other forms of life still unknown to us human beings. What do you think the Martian subsoil hides? There will be something under there that we still do not know. I would very much like to know your opinions in the comments of this video, while we see the most current shots of the surface of the red planet, without being able to even know what is underneath of that surface. As usual, we appreciate you informing us. It is a real pleasure to be able to provide you with the main news, trends and developments about the most important aspects of aerospace technology and the universe, from the perspective of an engineer. I am the engineer Hiddekel Morrison, and I invite you to meet again in a future installment.